If you're looking to buy a home in Florida,
summer is probably the best time.
And we'll tell you why.
So I think first thing to set the table is the difference between Florida compared to the rest of the United States. It's a very different market as far as how the seasons work.
Yeah, so up north we're used to summer being the busy time in real estate, meaning this is when people are out looking at homes, buying, open houses are like pretty much every Sunday. But Florida, it's very different in this regard because we have a lot less people here in summer. We are known as a destination for snowbirds, so snowbirds are here during winter, so that's why a lot of sales take place in winter. And in regards to open houses, since Florida is a vacation destination, like it doesn't just happen on Sundays. You can have an open house on a Tuesday night, Wednesday, Thursday, like it doesn't matter. But the busiest time when more sales are taking place are during winter.
Yeah, and just to put things in context, like she said, up north, we're originally from Wisconsin and moved to Florida about 7 years ago. We've been living in Venice for about 6 years. We also lived in the Orlando metro. We serve everywhere from Sarasota down to the Inglewood, Port Charlotte areas, as well as the entire Orlando metro. So if you're looking to buy or sell a home in any of those areas,
make sure to call, text, or email our real estate team 941-221-1897. We've helped a lot of people move to the area. We'd love to help you too.
And we can help you avoid some mistakes, find answers, things that are impossible to find online, and make sure you're getting the best deal. And on top of that, if you're looking to buy or sell a home anywhere else in Florida or the entire United States for that matter,
click the link in the description box below, answer up your questions, and we'll put you in contact with a vetted realtor in your area.
And they'll do all the same things that we would do for you. So yeah, back to the seasonality side of things. Like, it's crazy too, because like you said with the open houses, like I feel like we see just as many on Saturdays as we do on Sundays, whereas typically like in the Midwest where we're originally from, it's like it's a Sunday thing. And that's pretty much it. It's Sunday and Sunday only, but here it can be just about any time. But yeah, definitely the summers are like the time where inventory starts to build up a little more. There's more to pick from, and there's just less people shopping around, because I think a lot of people don't want to be down here when it's hot and humid, except for the Orlando metro. That's kind of an exception, I would say, in some of the bigger cities, but Orlando as a whole, just because of the theme parks. A lot of families like to come down that time of year, so then they're also down there like, oh, this is kind of fun. What if we go to the theme parks every day?
Yeah, in Orlando, I would say the open houses and sales do still remain pretty consistent throughout the year. But in Venice and Sarasota areas, it's more during the winter, although we have seen a lot of families moving to the area as well. So summer is starting to pick up as well. If they're a younger family, they want to be here once the school year starts. So they are going to be shopping around and looking around in summer.
Less people coming down, the beaches are less packed, the stores are less packed, and there's less people looking to buy homes. So now that means inventory builds, and you can get a better price, and there's more to pick from.
And a lot less competition as well.
Again, if you're looking to buy or sell in any of these areas, get a hold of us so we can kind of help you unpack some of the nuances of whatever area it is that you're looking at.
Some people think, you know, like, well, winter, it's the best time to buy up north, so I'll go to Florida and buy in winter, because that's, you know, that's what they're used to. And if they're not talking to like a good knowledgeable realtor, then that's a problem too, because a good realtor will tell you the best time to buy is during summer when you have less competition. Winter, typically there is a lot of inventory built up from the summer into the winter, but then you do have a lot more competition. So all those deals that you're trying to get, maybe they are not there like they would be in summer.
Yeah, that's actually a big part of why we're making this video, because we have so many buyers that come down that are looking to buy in there, or people get a hold of us looking to sell too. And all people that live here are a little more aware of it, but the people looking to buy that like are just first getting a feel for the area, they're often like, oh yeah, so summer's probably a bad time to try to buy. I'm like, no, it's the opposite of where you're from, actually. Summer is a much better time to buy, generally speaking. Again, every city's gonna be a little different, but a lot of the smaller cities in Florida, summer's probably the more ideal time for all those reasons we mentioned, and it's going to be a flip-flop of what you're gonna see up in a lot of the colder states, or just any states really for that matter. Even like in Atlanta, Georgia, you know, that's a pretty warm state. It's not the same seasonality that you're gonna see down here. It's again, more flip-flops, because things are more revolving around school and just, you know, those sorts of things for a lot of people. And here there's a lot more retirees and just people here on vacation or digital nomads, and they're less tied down to some of those schedules.
Yeah, or remote work as well. And also, if you're coming from an area where the market's still hot right now, I think that's a great, like, it's a great example of when you would want to buy and sell, because you sell your home up north or, you know, East Coast, wherever you're coming from, where the market's still hot and your house is going to sell quickly. come to Florida and the market's a little bit slower. Not to say that you're, not gonna have a lot of competition, because there is still deals and there's still people buying and selling homes. So if you sell your home and buy in Florida, you have a little more time to purchase around and try to find a good deal in the summer, and you're still hitting the hot market in your area in the summer.
Yeah, so it's kind of like a win-win situation. One other reason I think it's a good idea to try to buy a home in summer in Florida is because you want to be able to experience the hot and the humid and all the difference in the weather. We've heard from a fair amount of people that get a hold of us and say, hey, we're looking to sell our home. We moved to Florida. They didn't use us. I don't know why to buy, but then they would get a hold of us to try to sell the home. And they're like, we didn't realize until summer came that I can't deal with the summers down here. So coming down to buy in summer would actually be ideal for that front. So you can see, number one, the weather and experience it for a few days, if not a week or two, would be ideal, just to kind of see if you can deal with it, or if you're okay with, if the heat's unbearable for you, okay, I'm gonna just stay inside in the air conditioning or go to a pool or go to the ocean. But then on top of that, also just to experience the slowness of it too. Yeah. Because a lot of people come in the winters and they think of Florida as like jam-packed roads, jam-packed restaurants and stores and all that kind of stuff. But like where we live, Venice, Sarasota, this area, like so much more mellow in the summers. Orlando's, again, an exception to that, depending on what part of Orlando too.
But here in Venice, Sarasota areas, we have people like small stores or restaurants that they'll actually take vacations during summer to go maybe back home. Like our favorite restaurant, she's from France, so she'll go to France in the summer. And then they actually like post that they're on vacation. There is this restaurant in Venice
called the Living Room.
Venice, called the Living Room, and they have a banner, like a huge banner saying on vacation. So like people, know that they're on vacation and they won't just like make the trip and stop there. But we just think it's interesting, and it's so much different where we come from, because like we never heard of anyone shutting down their business to go on vacation, or closing early, or closing a few hours during the day because they're able to do it. But in winter, it's a completely different way of life here as well, because most restaurants and stores are going to be open throughout the day, throughout the months, those winter months. That's when they make their money, so they want to make sure that they're here. Yeah,
so just a very, very different experience that you'll get from one season to the other, and it's really important, I think, to see both so you know what you're getting into. One tip back to the Orlando thing I think we should mention too, like during the summer months, especially like that southwest end towards the theme parks, like that's going to remain pretty busy during the summer months, because a lot of families come down that time of year, and it's probably as busy as it's going to get around then. There's a few other times throughout the year where you'll see some fluctuations with that. But then as you get like northeast of that, or just really outside of that little bubble, then things are gonna be a little more even keeled throughout the year and a little bit, less affected by that theme park traffic. So those are some other things to keep in mind if you're looking to buy or sell a home any of the areas that we do serve. And then one other thing to note is, obviously like we mentioned, with summer being a little bit slower for real estate and inventory building, generally that's gonna bring a little bit more downward pressure on prices, and just homes are gonna sit on the market a little bit longer. So with that, you can come in with some offers that are a little below asking, maybe a lot below asking, depending on how well it's priced. You can get a hold of us about that. Each home's gonna be different. You wanna have a context for that, but good to know that you have that opportunity.
Yeah, and also being realistic too. Like in the summer, if it is slow, it doesn't mean that they're not getting any offers. A lot of times we get offers that are just so ridiculous from investors, that are very low ball offers. So sellers usually will tell their real estate agent, if they're sending me an offer for this amount, I don't even wanna see it. Like, don't even tell me about it, I don't wanna see it. So like still being realistic, even though we are in a slow time of the year, still being realistic, and you're still gonna get a good price likely on the home, but still keeping those expectations and being realistic, and not trying to offend the seller or anything like that. You don't want your offer to be overlooked because you're going down so low and lose a home that maybe you do really like. Yeah,
going below asking within reason. And again, like, it's possible to maybe get something well below asking, but there's a lot of pieces that have to be in place to put that kind of an offer in. And again, we can help you navigate that, because you don't want to just put it in on every home. I'm going to put in 100K below what it's listed at. Like, okay, you're probably not going to hear back from them on that. So those are some things to be aware of, but we can help you with that process, because every market and even like little suburb within a city can be very, very different. And you want to make sure you're aware of all those nuances so you can get the best possible deal.
And the local market too, because just because you're coming from either a slow or really busy market doesn't mean that where you're buying into it's going to either be really slow or really busy. So being knowledgeable of where you're going to move and how the market is looking there as well, to be able to come up with a good offer, and again, we'll help you with that.
Yeah, again, if you're looking to buy or sell a home anywhere from Sarasota down to Port Charlotte, Inglewood, or the Orlando Metro, call, text, or email our team, 941-221-1897. Can help you save some money, answer the questions that you just can't find online, and help you avoid any mistakes.
And if you're looking to buy or sell anywhere else in Florida or the country for that matter, click the link in the description box below, answer a few questions, and we'll put you in contact with a better realtor in the area you're looking at, and that doesn't cost you anything extra.
But that is a good way to support the channel so we can keep making you videos like this one. If you found this video helpful, hit the like button. And if you want to know more about any of the areas we've been talking about, we got playlists in the description down below. You can check those out. We got a bunch of videos so you can get more informed about those areas before you get hold of us if you want to do a little research.
Which is always a good idea.
Absolutely. Thanks for watching, and live breezy.